Strange and dark, mysterious stories.
These are three disturbing true stories that will make you question everything. And the last one is the most terrifying. The first story happened late at night, on a road so empty it didn't feel real. A man had just finished his shift and was driving home alone. It was one of those nights where everything feels wrong. No cars, no lights, no people. Just darkness stretching endlessly ahead. The only sound was his engine, and the occasional hum of the tires against the road. At first, everything seemed normal, until he checked his rearview mirror. There was something there, far behind him. At first, he thought it was just another car, but something didn't feel right. There were no headlights, no reflection, just a dark shape, barely visible in the distance. He blinked, trying to focus, but the longer he stared, the more it felt like it wasn't a car at all. Just something following him. He looked away, trying to calm himself down. "It's nothing," he whispered. "Just your eyes." But when he checked the mirror again, it was still there. Same distance, same position, not getting closer, not falling behind, just perfectly matching his speed. That's when the silence started to feel heavier, like something was watching him, waiting. He adjusted his grip on the steering wheel. His hands were starting to sweat, his heart beating just a little faster. He decided to test it. Slowly, he took his foot off the gas. The car began to slow down, and in the mirror, the shape slowed down too. Exactly. No delay, no hesitation, just perfectly in sync. A cold feeling ran down his spine. This wasn't normal. This wasn't possible. Something was following him. Something that didn't need lights, didn't need sound, didn't need to be seen. Panicking, he made a sudden turn onto a smaller road. The kind of road nobody uses at night. Narrow, dark, surrounded by trees that blocked out what little light there was. His headlights barely cut through the darkness. He checked the mirror again, and his stomach dropped. It turned, too. Still behind him, still silent, still matching him perfectly. Now his breathing became uneven. He reached for his phone, thinking about calling someone, anyone. But what would he even say? "There's something following me?" He would sound insane. So he didn't call, he just drove. Faster. The engine roared as he pressed the gas harder. The road blurred slightly as he pushed the car. And then, just like that, it disappeared. Gone. No turn, no sound, nothing. Just empty road behind him. He kept driving for several minutes, too scared to slow down, too scared to look again. When he finally reached his house, he pulled into the driveway slowly. The engine turned off. Silence filled the car. He sat there for a moment, trying to calm his breathing, trying to convince himself it was over, that it was nothing. Just his imagination. But before stepping out, he checked the rearview mirror one last time, and for a split second, he saw it again, standing behind his car. Not a shape anymore, not a shadow, something taller, watching him, waiting. The second story happened inside an apartment. A woman was alone for the weekend. Her roommate had left earlier that day, and she finally had the place to herself. At first, everything felt peaceful, quiet, comfortable. She locked all the doors, closed the windows, turned off the lights, and went to bed. But sometime during the night, she woke up. Suddenly, her eyes opened. Her heart was already beating faster, but she didn't know why. The room was completely silent. Too silent. The kind of silence that feels unnatural, like the air itself is holding its breath. She stayed still, listening, trying to figure out what woke her up. And then she heard it. A faint sound from the kitchen. At first it was subtle, like something shifting or falling. She sat up slowly, holding her breath. Then footsteps, soft, slow, careful. Like someone was trying not to make noise. Her heart started pounding, louder, faster. She grabbed her phone from the nightstand, her hands slightly shaking. She didn't move, hoping it would stop, but it didn't. The footsteps continued, moving closer, one step at a time, each one louder than the last. She slowly got out of bed, trying not to make a sound, and locked her bedroom door, her fingers trembling as she turned the lock. Then she called a friend, whispering, barely able to speak. Her friend immediately told her to call the police, but before she could, the footsteps stopped, right outside her door. Complete silence. She stared at the door handle, not blinking, not breathing, waiting. Seconds felt like minutes. Then suddenly, a knock. 3 slow knocks. 1, 2, 3. She froze, her entire body locked in place. She didn't move, didn't speak, didn't even breathe. The silence that followed was worse, because now she knew something was right there, on the other side, waiting, listening. She slowly stepped back, still staring at the door, and finally, she called the police, whispering as quietly as she could. When the officers arrived, they searched the entire apartment, every room, every corner, every closet, but they found nothing. No forced entry, no signs of anyone inside, everything exactly as it should be. Except one thing. The kitchen window was open, just slightly, and the curtain was moving, as if something had just left. The third story is the most disturbing of all. A man was home alone late at night, sitting in his living room, scrolling through his phone. Everything was quiet, too quiet. The kind of quiet that makes you aware of every small sound, every movement, every shadow. Then suddenly, his phone buzzed, a notification from an unknown number. He frowned and opened it, and instantly, his stomach dropped. It was a picture of his house, taken from outside, from the street. He stood up immediately, his heart starting to race. He walked slowly toward the window and looked outside. Nothing. No one. Just darkness. Then his phone buzzed again. Another message. Another picture. This time, closer. Right in front of his house, near the door. His breathing became heavy, uneven. He turned off all the lights, one by one, trying to stay hidden, trying not to be seen. Then again, his phone buzzed, another image. And this time, it was inside. His hallway, his exact hallway. The same angle, the same shadows, the same light. He couldn't breathe. He stepped back slowly, his mind racing, trying to understand, trying to make sense of it. But there was no explanation. He was alone. Or at least, he thought he was. He ran to the front door, locked it, checked every window, every lock. Everything was secure. No way anyone could have entered. But the messages kept coming, each one worse than the last. Closer. Closer, closer, until finally, the last message appeared. No image, just text. "I can see you." He froze, completely still, too afraid to move, too afraid to speak. His heart was beating so loud, he felt like it echoed through the house. Then he heard something, a sound behind him, soft, but close. Very close. Too close. He slowly turned, his body stiff, his breath held. But there was nothing there. At least, nothing he could see. And that's what scared him the most. Because whatever it was still there, watching, waiting, and now it knew he knew.